Hello, Monday, the 18th of August, 2025. I know, it's boiling. It's boiling. The tech equipment. Was the last video the one I did that was reversed? I know, the sound was good. I'm still using the enormous microphone. I'm going to get a stand for it at some point. So the sound was good, but then everything was back to front. I think I've sorted that now. We are using Grimalkin's Curious Cat Tarot by MJ Cullinane, which has so beautiful the way that her stuff's produced. So it's got that on the inside, and then there's just like little cats knocking around, and then there, ginger nuts. Slip beyond the veil on silent cat paws. Also the back of the cards are nice. The back of her cards are always nice. Look, that's the back. That's quite nice. Nice enough to be the front. Anyhow, right. With one paw in the world of catnip toys and belly rubs, and another in the world of stalking prey and disappearing into the landscape, cats exist in a liminal space between domestic and wild, captive and free. By gum. Right, what do we need to know? It's just the start of the week. Just the start of the week. What do we need to know? Ooh. That's so cute. Okay. Quite big, these cards. That's funny because that just happened. I'll show you that in a minute. That one. Oh, wow. These are quite odd, aren't they? It's a bit like a fever dream, but with cats. We've got the Ace of Swords kicking off. So, struck by a piece of knowledge that can't really be debated. You know, it's like swing up the crown chakra, here it comes to you. You're like, okay, fair enough. Can't deny it, but we'll digest it. It could also be like the truth of something, or a spark of something. Can be creativity, but I quite like it. I don't mind it. I always like the Ace of Swords because you don't have to sit around thinking about it all the time. It's just offered to you. It's revealed. It's a revelation. And then we get, and I am confused. Unity. Now, I'm confused about many things, but that's number 22. And that's giving me maths face like mad, because I thought there were 20... Oh, there's 21 cards in the tarot, aren't there? With the full being 0, making it 22. So I want to know why we've got that. Is that an extra one? Oops. Okay. I think it is. I think it's not me going off my rocker due to technical issues. Right. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So the world is 21. And that's... Oh, they're all dedicated to different cats. I wonder how they... Oh my god, that's a lot of cats. Maybe I should start doing this with all my cats. Okay. So Unity is dedicated to Maynard, Xena and Gabrielle. 3 cats that find comfort in each other's company, which is quite rare for cats. Although all very different, relaxation washes over themselves when they're together. So this is unity. This is lovely. They know that as a group they're protected. It's in our connection to others where we find our strength, our security, our sense of love and belonging. When unity arrives, look for relationships that create a sense of wholeness, where you're free to be as you are, your true self, perfectly imperfect. When we're in a supportive group, we can act without fear of judgment or criticism. When you're surrounded by those who love and accept you, even when you are not showing the best side of yourself, or maybe saying some kind of less than appropriate thing aloud, I do that quite a bit, a channel of trust is formed. There's a powerful supportive energy that comes from this connection, as it will create space for security and abundance to flow. Well, that's nice, isn't it? That's about people accepting you who you are, meeting you where you are, you doing that for other people. Nice. Then that's coupled with the 10 of Cups, which is very nice. Again, a little bit crazy, but very, very nice. They're a breed, aren't they, those cats? And I can't remember what the breed is. Anyhow, Mars in Pisces. So simpatico relationships, finding something that kind of just hits right. This is nice. It's friendship. I'd say it was a good time to connect with somebody, say hello to someone you haven't seen, or just say hello to the postman, you know, whatever. To make connections, to look for unity rather than whatever the opposite word, division. Sometimes, and I know Einstein said this, and he said it much more eloquently than I'm remembering how he said it, but it's like the biggest decision in life you get to make is whether this is a kind universe or a cruel one. And it's something to do with that whole positive reinforcement thing of whether you see, it's the whole freaking glass half empty or glass half full thing, isn't it? Yeah. Then we get the 3 of Cups. And funny story, one of my cats did this today. A glass of milk was knocked over the induction cooker thing and all over the side. And I was doing a video, or I was setting up, I think, and the boy was getting ready to go on a train, of course, and we had like minutes, and it was just... One of the cats has spilt spilt milk on the cooker. I'm like, oh my God. Oh God. Yeah, what fresh hell is this? So anyhow, that's not really the meaning of it though. No use crying over spilt milk, etc. 3 of Cups is connection, friendship. Again, it's all about connection, friendship, coming together, being with people. I like this. Then we have the Queen of Swords, who always has this air of slightly detachedness. It's often, and that's gorgeous because there's magnolias in that, and I love me a magnolia. And very interesting, there's a load of eyes underneath. You see those, like kind of Eye of Horus. Queen of Swords is our boundaries. So just because we're feeling warm and fuzzy and nice and we're connecting doesn't mean we don't have our boundaries. We still do. We've also got the Ace of Swords, so it's a time for feeling on point but also full of feels. It's nice. That's really nice. And then finally, this really strange but interesting card, we get the King of Cups. And the King of Cups, in this rather strange way, got his paw on a lotus flower there. So this is when you kind of master your emotions or your feelings. You go from the Page to the Knight to the Queen to the King, and it's like you have some dominion over this. What I'm getting here is you sort of, there are fences, but the paddock is full of love. I'm mixing my metaphors a lot here. So, okay, there's a lot of love in the room. Strive for unity, enjoy your connections, enjoy your downloads, and some of those might just be warm and fuzzy feelings of love for no reason. That you don't need to have them a reason. The feelings of love are very nice. And boundaries with the Queen of Swords, and then this kind of sense that you've arrived with some mastery over your emotions. That's a nice reading. Thank you, Grimalkin's Curious Tarot, and I will see you tomorrow. Namaste.